Tuli, please could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Tuli. I have lived all my life in Namibia. I went to school here. I have a dance degree from the University of Cape Town. I danced professionally as my career and then shifted pathways and ended up working in human rights and with writing and facilitating.
What dreams did you have for a career when you were growing up? And have you been able to reach those dreams?
When I was younger, I think I had two very clear dreams. The first was I always knew I wanted to be a dancer, always. Then the other dream that I had was to follow in my mother's footsteps. My mom has always worked in human rights. Amazingly, I have been able to reach both of those goals, which is kind of crazy now that I think back on it. I mean, I was a professional dancer for 12, 13, 14 years. I had my own dance company and then I was able to transition into doing the work that my mom did, but heading in my own sort of unique direction.
When you finished high school, did you go on to study at university?
I never thought I would go to university. I actually just wanted to join a dance company straight out of school. I realized I actually wasn't good enough to join a professional company, so I decided to go and study dance at the University of Cape Town. So I was very, very lucky. I was very blessed to be able to attend university.
How did you end up doing what you do at Alchemia?
So in 2012, I think, I got injured while I was performing in the UK. I was told that I possibly might not be able to dance again. I tried to stay in London, but because I wasn't able to earn money, I wasn't able to sustain myself, and so I decided to come home. Where a friend of mine asked me if I was available just for 2 weeks to act as his assistant and do logistics for an event that he was planning to launch a new program. It went really, really, really well, and I was able to build quite positive relationships with everybody. And after that, they asked me to stay until the end of the month, and then they asked me to stay until the end of the year, and that was 8 years ago now. I guess it was just this series of stepping stones. So I started off just booking flights. I mean, I didn't have the qualifications, but I really focused on learning as much as I could about the organization and about their programs and about how everything worked. And so there I was made a program manager, and I was put in charge of rolling out a really, really big program across 18 organizations in like 7 or 8 different countries. I mean, I just learned on the job, really. From there, I just kept asking for things, kind of. You know, if there was a training, I would ask if I could attend. And so I built my skills in facilitation and eventually in writing. A bit of a winding path.
And how have you kept learning new skills once you've finished your formal study?
Definitely a lot of learning on the job. I'm the type of person who jumps into the swimming pool and then I figure out how to swim. Fake it till you make it is actually one of my mantras. If people ask, can you do this? I say yes, and then I figure out how to do it. My learning has included asking if I can attend trainings that my own organization is hosting. And then it's also been things like YouTube. And then I've also done some online courses, trained in sexual and reproductive health and rights. I've trained in nutrition, and I've trained in epidemiology and public health. And then there's also been some other opportunities that have come my way, like the Mandela Washington Fellowship in 2016, which was a leadership program that I applied for. And from that, I was sent to the States to study at an Ivy League university for a summer fellowship. And I was able to make, incredible connections and learn really, really fantastic things. It's been really a mixture of learning. And sometimes I just research.
What were some of the challenges that you faced along the way?
One of the major challenges I faced definitely when I was at university and also in the UK was being Black, especially the styles that I was doing, like ballet and contemporary. They're definitely are culturally owned by whiteness. And in the UK, financially it was very tough because I was still making a name for myself, so a lot of the time I would work for free just to get experience and to get exposure. And once I was living in a house, a 3-bedroom house with 9 other people, because none of us had money for electricity or gas, and it was the middle of winter and we were freezing, and I didn't have a bed of my own, so I would just sleep wherever, like on the couch or like in my friend's bed. If I had £5 left, I would have to choose, okay, am I going to put this on my transport card or am I going to buy food? And normally I'd buy food and then I would just walk to my auditions, but that would be like maybe an hour there. Then I audition for 8 hours dancing, and then I walk an hour back home. But when I got back to Namibia and started the dance company, one of the big challenges was running a dance company in a very, very small country where arts are not really valued. Another big challenge that I faced was being in an abusive relationship, because that undermined who I was as a person, and it made it very difficult for me to do anything well. That relationship actually ended with me losing my dance company in the end. And that's also when I stopped dancing, which was very sad.
So you've already had 2 businesses in your life. What advice would you give to others who wish to be entrepreneurs?
Go for it. Yeah, just do it. If you can go into business without putting yourself at risk financially, just do it. Trust yourself. You will figure it out as you go. And choose your business partners wisely. It needs to be somebody that you trust. Don't go into business with partners or family. I think it's a little bit harder to maintain boundaries.
What special skills do you think women can bring to work and business?
So I think that women lead all the time. But we lead in ways that are not recognized as leading. We are always managing people, always. And a lot of business is managing people, it's managing relationships. I think that is a huge strength that women bring into business. I also think, that we are great communicators, we are great community builders. And gosh, what business would not be better with somebody who's really fabulous at communicating, somebody who's really good at building communities and making lasting relationships. And I think also women navigate so many different things in their lives, which means that we can be flexible in our businesses and respond to what's happening around us. I think that's just fabulous.